What will happen when a man who is camping in the Siberian forest suddenly hears a strange sound from the bushes? As he picks up his gun and goes to check it out, he sees something unbelievable that makes him cry. The story begins with a boy named Damien on a camping trip at the edge of a Siberian forest. It was a peaceful evening inside his tent until he heard unsettling growls nearby. Damien, always cautious, had set up camp where few animals ventured. Yet these growls were unmistakable and drawing nearer. As the growls intensified, Damien's fear grew. He grabbed his gun, unzipped the tent, and cautiously approached the sounds. Climbing a nearby tree for safety and a better view, he witnessed an astonishing sight. Two large tigers locked in a fierce battle. Their growls echoed through the night as they fiercely clawed and bit each other under the moonlit sky. The scene was both breathtaking and terrifying, making Damien's stomach churn with a mix of awe and fear. The larger tiger, probably a male, finally overcame the smaller one, which Damien thought might be a female. The snow around them turned crimson with blood, and Damien turned away, unable to watch. The victorious tiger abandoned the lifeless body, and suddenly a feeble cry pierced the night. Damien noticed a small, vulnerable cub rushing to the fallen tiger. The cub's cries and nudges at the body revealed it was the female tiger's offspring. Damien's heart ached as he watched the cub, knowing it was in grave danger. The larger tiger spotted the cub and immediately lunged to attack. Acting quickly, Damien fired a shot into the sky. The loud bang startled the tiger, but it remained relentless in its grip on the cub. Damien fired another shot, closer this time, forcing the tiger to retreat. He waited cautiously, making sure the tiger had truly fled before climbing down from the tree. Approaching the cub cautiously, Damien noticed it nudging its mother's lifeless body, trying desperately to wake her. He couldn't bear to leave the cub alone, so he decided to bring it home. Carefully lifting the cub, Damien returned to his camp. While packing, he thought about Lizelle, his cat at home, wondering how she'd react. Would she accept the cub, or was this a mistake? But before we go into more depth, if so, don't forget to subscribe, and we are aiming for 1,000 plus likes on this video, so be sure to like it. Let's continue the story. Despite his doubts, Damien felt a tug at his heart, determined to give the cub a chance at life. He hoped Lizelle would understand and maybe even welcome the new addition to their family. As Damien reached home, Lizelle greeted him with a joyful meow, clearly happy to see him. But when Damien gently placed the tiger cub on the floor, Lizelle's curiosity was piqued. To Damien's surprise, she started grooming the cub as if she were its mother, despite never having had kittens herself. Touched by Lizelle's maternal instinct, Damien quietly slipped away, leaving them to bond. In the days that followed, Damien witnessed a remarkable bond blossom between Lizelle and the cub he named Nairobi. Lizelle took on the role of a devoted mother, nurturing and caring for him as if he were her own. Damien was relieved to see Lizelle embrace motherhood so naturally. However, as Nairobi's playful energy grew, challenges emerged. One day, Nairobi accidentally damaged Damien's laptop, highlighting the difficulties of raising a wild animal indoors. Despite Damien's efforts to discipline Nairobi, his wild instincts persisted, a constant reminder of his untamed nature. Seeking a solution, Damien contacted an animal rescue association. After explaining Nairobi's situation, they agreed to take him in. A rescue team promptly arrived, but separating Nairobi from Lizelle proved distressing. Lizelle, protective as ever, scratched one of the rescuers, while Nairobi, feeling threatened, bit another. The team prepared to sedate Nairobi for safety, but Damien couldn't bear to see Nairobi distressed. He pleaded for more time, promising to eventually surrender him. During the extra time they spent together, Lizelle and Nairobi's bond deepened. They became inseparable, sharing playful antics and peaceful moments of rest. Despite being a tiger, Nairobi even attempted to mimic Lizelle's gentle meows, much to Damien's delight. However, Nairobi's wild instincts occasionally surfaced during their play, sometimes unintentionally roughhousing and causing Lizelle discomfort. Damien began to realize the potential dangers and the legal issues of keeping a wild animal like Nairobi at home. Reluctantly, Damien knew it was time for Nairobi to leave. When Damien took Lizelle to the vet, he arranged for the rescue team to collect Nairobi. This time, Nairobi was swiftly transferred to a nearby zoo. Nairobi felt sadness knowing he wouldn't see Lizelle again. At the zoo, Nairobi initially struggled with the new environment and the guilt of accidentally hurting Lizelle. He kept to himself, avoiding the other tigers and preferring solitude. With the patient care of the zookeepers and time to adjust, Nairobi gradually flourished. He eventually found companionship among other tigers and started to build his own tiger family within the zoo's sanctuary. Though Nairobi missed Lizelle, he found a new home where he could thrive in safety and comfort. But as Nairobi was in the zoo, Lizelle's health declined steadily. Damien could see that Lizelle couldn't bear the separation from Nairobi, which left her increasingly frail and sorrowful. Despite his deep concern, Damien knew Lizelle couldn't be safe around Nairobi anymore. Years later, Damien returned to the zoo with Lizelle, who was now fragile and nearing the end of her life. They approached Nairobi's enclosure, unsure if he would remember them after all this time. To Damien's immense surprise and joy, Nairobi immediately recognized them. The tiger approached the glass barrier, and Lizelle, nestled against Damien's chest, emitted a soft, excited meow. Their reunion touched everyone who witnessed it. Nairobi, known for his protective instincts with his own cubs, proudly showed Lizelle his youngest offspring, demonstrating his enduring affection and respect for her. Sadly, the next day, Lizelle passed away peacefully in Damien's arms. Although they could never cuddle together again, Damien continued to visit Nairobi, treasuring the memories of their special bond. Their story remained a testament to the profound and unexpected connections that can form between humans and animals, transcending the barriers of wild instincts and deep emotional bonds. So, what are your thoughts about this heart-touching story? Share your opinions in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our new animal stories. Your support means the world to us.